Do you get to see your loved ones in the afterlife? Well, ask Henry Wadsworth Longfellow because he and his wife Frances Fanny Appleton are notorious ghosts who walk up and down the Longfellow Bridge. Their love story starts after he loses his first wife. He's in Europe, and she is the one who sort of brings him back from the brink of depression on many walks through the Swiss Alps together. When they come back to Boston, he tries to court her for 2 years. When he finally proposes marriage, he's 32, she's 21. She flat out says no to that. But a few years later, they start running into each other at parties again. And she basically says, "You're funny, you're intellectual, we get along so well. Why have you never proposed to me?" He says, "What, are you kidding me? I did, and you flat out rejected me." She sends him a note that night that basically says, "Ask me again." And so he clicks his heels, runs to her house on Beacon Street, and he does ask her, and they are married, and their marriage lasts for 18 very happy years. They have 6 children together. 5 of them survive, which is pretty good odds in those days, but it's 1861. She is sealing little pieces of her daughter's hair. She's just given a haircut, and there's little golden locks that she's sealing into an envelope. And in those days, you seal an envelope by melting wax over a hot candle and then dripping it. We're not sure if it was the candle that fell or if it was self-lighting matches, but something falls and catches fire to the hem of her skirt, and she does not stop, drop, and roll, because in those days, that would do nothing with the women's fashion. She runs into the other room where Henry is having a little nap in his study, and she is a ball of fire. In a panic, he throws her to the ground, he wraps her in the rugs, he takes down the curtains, tries to beat the fire out, but he is not successful, and so he does the only thing he can think of. He lies on top of her and squeezes as hard as he can, and with his own body extinguishes the fire, badly burning his chin, neck, and chest. They are both going to go under ether for the next 24 hours. She is so badly burned that the next morning when she wakes up and asks the nurse for a cup of coffee, the nurse brings it, and by the time she's back in the room, Fanny is gone. Henry cannot recover from this. He spends the next 6 weeks rocking back and forth in his room asking God, "Why wouldn't you let me save her? Why wouldn't you let me save her?" He's not going to write another love poem for the rest of his life. He spends a lot of time translating Dante's Divine Comedies in hopes that there's some hint to the afterlife in those. And when he finally expires, that's when the sightings of them begin. They walk arm in arm, happily. They're the sweetest couple that you've ever seen up and down the Longfellow Bridge. It usually happens at sunset, so if you bump into people dressed in Victorian outfits right around sunset on the Longfellow Bridge, that is an assurance that you will get to see your loved ones in the afterlife.